Hey everybody, Mongrat Chris here, and welcome to the new video here. And today is it's getting to the end of the year. It's getting to sort of, everything's winding down. And I figured I would go over some of my favorite games that I've played in the year 2023. I played a lot of video games this year. A lot. And some were, good, some were not good, some were absolutely fantastic. So this list is going to be my, 5 main picks for games that I really enjoyed this year. These ones aren't in any real particular order. These are just sort of the 5 that I picked out from this year that I really enjoyed and would easily play again and again and again because they're really good and just fun. Even if it's even if the games are like oh, that's kind of dumb, they're just fun. They're fun. And but to start it off, I actually have a couple honorable mentions. When I say honorable mentions, I really mean I haven't finished them yet, but they're still really good. So the first one is The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I know this came out this year. I haven't finished it yet. I'm very close to finishing it. I just got busy and got busier and haven't gotten around to finishing it. And then other games came out, or I played other games, and then sort of it's been on the back burner. I need to finish it, and I probably will finish it, probably before my birthday, which is, fairly early into the new year. But yeah, that is the first one on the honorable mention. Really good, just haven't finished it yet. And the second honorable mention, and the game that I have been binging and really enjoying over the last few days, is Final Fantasy 16. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, ever. So it's my first one, and I'm really enjoying it. It's fantastic. The combat is super fun. It's got a dark, gritty, dark fantasy setting. Everyone has absolutely outrageous British accents. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm currently taking a break from it to film this video. And once this video is done, I will go right back to playing it. So yeah, that's my second honorable mention, is Final Fantasy 16. So now getting onto the main list of the 5 games. Again, these are in no particular order whatsoever. These are just the 5 ones that I picked out that I was like, okay, these ones are above the rest. So the first one that I picked out is one I actually played fairly recently, and that is an older game. It's called Asura's Wrath. It's from 2012 from Capcom, people who make Street Fighter, and it's it's a third-person action beat-em-up. Lots of cutscenes, lots of quick-time events, but what makes it unique is it's sort of framed like a TV show. So, instead of missions, there's episodes. Then after you finish an episode, a little bit of a preview of the next one will play, and then a little bit of a post-credit, ooh, this is what's happening elsewhere sort of thing. And I found that way of getting the story across very interesting. And the story itself is fantastic, and the combat is fantastic. Does it get a little repetitive? Yes, but it's an older game, Mechanics are mechanics of 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, so, But I really enjoyed it. I picked it up on my Xbox for, I think, $9, plus, I think another $10 for some DLC. What's interesting with that is once you finish, the main set of missions, you have to get, either have to play through, 50 missions, or get 5 S ranks on the missions to unlock, the real ending. And then once you do that mission, you have to buy the final chapter for, I think it was $4 of DLC, and then you can, get, the last chapter. And the reason they did that was they were expecting to have a sequel. When then Capcom said, oh, you're not getting a sequel. So they sort of crammed what they had been thinking of for the second game into that final chapter and sort of spaced it out like the rest of the game. And it was really fun. It didn't feel rushed. Granted, the stakes rose exponentially, but it wasn't like, oh wait, this is clearly they were working on a second game and this is just old stuff they couldn't use. Didn't feel like that, which is great. But I had a lot of fun playing that game. The soundtrack is phenomenal, and the setting and all the characters are really cool. The character design is fantastic, and I just really recommend it. So that's number 1 or 5, however you ever want to think about this list. So the first pick I have is Asura's Wrath. Another older game that I played this year that I had been looking at and just wanted to play it because it's just weird, and is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Yes, the meme game. I played it this year, and it is really fun. The combat was really fun. Soundtrack was really good, rock soundtrack. and you know, despite the fact that the dialogue is corny as shit and the plot makes absolutely no sense, it's a Metal Gear game. I don't really think, you know, that matters too much. You know, they're weird already, but despite that, it was still really, really fun. Really, really short. It's only probably like 10-hour game. I finished it in like a day and a half of, you know, playing it pretty casually. So I had a lot of fun with that, and I would very much like to play it again. It's really, really fun. And so yeah, that's my second pick, is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. My third pick is a little bit different. It's a puzzle game. It's called Superliminal. It is a very, very interesting puzzle game. Plays with perception. I think the tagline is "Perception is reality." So, you know, you move around, things change size, and then they stay that size, and you can use them to solve puzzles and stuff. It's really, really cool. Also a fairly short game. I think I beat that one in a day. You know, it was fairly short, but very, very enjoyable. The messaging behind it is very, very good. You know, and it's just a fun game. It's a fun puzzle game. I like puzzle games, and I recommend it. I think you can play it pretty much anywhere. I think it's on, you know, all the consoles, PC. You can play it pretty much anywhere. And so yeah, I really recommend that if you're just looking for a fun, you know, something to kill a day. You know, it was really, really fun, and I highly, highly recommend it. My number 4 pick is Jedi Survivor. I played through it pretty much right when it came out. Had a lot of fun. It's like a Star Wars Souls-like, but not quite Souls-like. It's got elements of it. You know, the combat's challenging, but it sort of keeps pace with you as you progress. You know, enemies get harder as, you know, you get to know the game more. So it doesn't feel like it's, you know, getting difficult. It just feels like, oh, that's a little bit more challenging, but you know, you're ready to face that challenge by the time you get to it. And I just had a lot of fun. The story is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I'm very much looking forward to the next few Star Wars games that are coming out, if they're going to be at the, you know, the same quality. I know it's not the same developers and stuff, but Star Wars games as of late have been really, really good. So I very, very much enjoyed it, and you know, it's a great game. And anyone who hasn't played it yet, I highly recommend it if you're a fan of Star Wars. And my last pick, which is probably the one I've been waiting the longest for, and you know, have been, you know, I think I've already played through it like twice already, is the Phantom Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. And yes, it's an expansion, but it adds so much to the game. So much. It adds, like, I think, yeah, two more endings to the game. Granted, you know, Cyberpunk is there's no happy ending really, except for one of them that's somewhat happy. But it's just, I love the setting, I love the storytelling, and it's just such a good expansion. And the update that came along with it, update 2.0, adds so much to the game, changes so much of it that it honestly feels like a new game. It honestly does. As someone who's played through the original Cyberpunk, even when it came out several times, is one of my favorite games, probably if not my favorite game of all time, Cyberpunk. I just love the setting. I love it so much. It's so good. But yeah, Phantom Liberty is probably my top pick for this year. It's so good. The soundtrack again is fantastic. The storytelling's phenomenal. The new part of the Night City you get to go to is fantastic. New characters. I mean, fucking Idris Elba's in they've got Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba in the same game. That's all you have to say. So it's a fantastic expansion. If you haven't played Cyberpunk yet, I believe it's already out, but they have the complete or like master collection of it, which is the game and the expansion all included. I think it's like $50. It's fantastic. So if you haven't played Cyberpunk yet, it's a fantastic time to play it now that, you know, the last expansion's out. I think there's one more major update coming out that adds a couple things, but you know, not nearly as much as, you know, the expansion. It's going to probably be, I think it's like 2.1. So it's another fairly sizable update, but that I believe is going to be like the last of the big ones. So if you haven't played Cyberpunk yet, now is the perfect time to do it. So yeah, guys, it was a little bit of a quick video, but those are my favorite games from the year that is 2023. And probably might be one more video coming out before New Year's. If it doesn't come out, it'll be right at New Year's, you know. There'll be the manga haul and stuff. But if I don't see you guys before 2024, I will see you in 2024. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!